and thank you for watching. Today I thought I'd talk about ancient knowledge. And what do I mean by that? I'm fascinated, and I'm sure we all are, at ancient relics. If you look at the pyramids of Giza, if you look at the Mayans, Machu Picchu, and many other ancient relics around the world, you think to yourself, how were these made? And what significance do they have? What do they have to tell us? And how is it that certain structures, such as the pyramids of Giza, are still unexplained as to how they got there? And even with modern day technology, we can't recreate something as exact and as precise with the coordinates. Also, if we talk about the pyramids of Giza also lining up with the belt of Orion and having great significances, even the way it's been plotted on a ley line, on an area of high energetic significance. And basically what I've done is I've come to the conclusion, having read about ancient knowledge, is that I believe, along my readings and through my perspective, that humans were actually more evolved than we think they were, as opposed to today. So just actually rewinding to the era of, say for instance, when the pyramids were built, we had no technology, yet we were more connected. People were more connected to the land, to nature. There was obviously early evidence of writings, such as the hieroglyphics, and obviously a knowledge of some form of higher beings. Back then, they believed that that there were, as well as the pharaohs, there were also they believed in a creator. And what I'm trying to get at here with this is that I truly believe that we were more evolved as a species to be able to create that. Our sheer connectedness to the land, being connected, allowed us to come up with the abilities to live in those eras, i.e. to hunt, to construct, and to come up with knowledge that is even serving us today. Such concepts like emerald tablets, hieroglyphic relics, things, the first writings from the Phoenicians, all of that has knowledge. And if we're to extrapolate that even further, I believe that people's consciousness were much more evolved. Why? I truly believe that we not only were connected to the land, but I believe that our sheer, at a molecular level, our DNA was more evolved. Now there is some I wasn't going to say evidence, but there is some speculations of our DNA, as opposed to what was postulated by Crick, which is the double helix model, that our actual DNA was made up of 12 strands as opposed to 2 strands. And 12 has quite a significance as well. 12 is the months of the year, 12 signs of the zodiac, that's what I wanted to say. And I believe that and although in modern day society we are thought to have 7 chakras, which are the energy centers of our body, we have 12. And what all this means, I just want you just to consider this concept and let it wash over you. So if we had 12 chakra centers which actually connect up into the actual universe itself, the 8th chakra is thought to be just above our head, the 9th, 10th and 11th. 9th is in the solar system, 10th is in the galaxy, and 11th and 12th is connected into the universe. So with that connection, if we consider Earth to be a library, and if you think about it nowadays, we're in the information technology era. It's the internet itself is a library, and through our social media and YouTube, we're just fed with information, and this information allows us obviously to become more aware as species and learn about our ancestors. And then if you consider the concept of the fact that they had nothing, they had no internet, they had no libraries, they didn't have the access to the information. It's what they heard amongst themselves and ancient schools and secret schools for that matter. I tend to think to myself that, well, maybe that is right. Maybe our DNA models, maybe we were actually dumbed down. Something happened somewhere where source creator dumbed us down, and now we're in a process of trying to acquire all this knowledge when it was freely available to humans. So consider the concept of that, and you may even be able to put the pieces of the puzzle together and think to yourself, well, maybe it makes sense, as opposed to another school of thinking. Sounds like a bit of a discourse now, that the Anunnaki, the ones that from the heavens came down, which is what Anunnaki means, or from above came down. Some people think that ancient ruins were created by extraterrestrial beings. So, although that could be postulated, and I do believe in alien life forms and extraterrestrial beings, I do. I believe that we're not alone in this universe by any means of the imagination, and which is why we've got so many mega rich billionaires like Elon Musk, all looking to go into space. I don't think they're going to space for charitable reasons. There's something in it for them, and good luck to them. Obviously, there are good motives for it, but there's also money-making motives at its heart. Apologies, I'm digressing. So, with that being said, and once again, sorry for diverging into different tangents, I strongly believe that we were more evolved. We had information about anti-gravity, and we had knowledge of astronomy. We had knowledge of philosophy, physics, and this knowledge was not only shared amongst the people, but being that people were very connected with Earth and with themselves and centered, they were able to stream information. They were able to ask a question and be able to be given information to them. Not everyone, because not every one of us today is centered and connected and enlightened. We're all on the path to that. So it's an interesting concept. It gives a different perspective to things, and definitely what I'm trying to get at by saying that people are more evolved is that as a species, we must become more aware. We must realize that there's more to our existence than just our everyday lifestyle of going to work. Although, if I'm going to be honest, as a practitioner myself, I tend to be quite robotic in my regime, but I do take time out to find out about how the world is and finding out about things relevant to ancient knowledge, metaphysics, and things that are concepts that are helped by listening to different mentors on enlightenment and consciousness and super consciousness. And I urge you to as well, because we can't just sit on our laurels and sit on our merits and think that everything is going to be okay. It just, for me, even though knowing these things, sometimes people say, you know what, is that going to pay your bills? Is that really relevant? But it may not you might not get rich monetarily, but you get rich mentally. And by you knowing about the history of the world, ancient knowledge and sacred texts, trying to dissect ancient civilizations, Sumerians, you end up having a more well-rounded personality and a more well-rounded consciousness about how the world is and how it was. And this allows you to obviously be able to have more knowledge and insight into your everyday thoughts, your everyday dealings with people, because you end up becoming more aware. So I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Once again, I'm sorry for bombarding you with too much information, but I feel that it's all relevant. And like we said in the first video, we're just going to keep on building and building and building on information, and enable us to not only know about the unseen, but so that we can collectively expand our consciousness. Thank you for watching.